Word to your mother. My name's Steve, and this channel's for. Are you alright, mate? Yeah, no, I'm just doing a little bit of filming. Yeah, I'm doing a film about your fragrance. Yeah, yeah, you wore it to nursery, didn't you? Did you like it? Yeah. Someone said you smelled nice. You got a compliment, did you? How many compliments did you get? You didn't get more than Daddy, did you? How many? Fuck off. Word to your mother. My name's Steve. This channel is FRAG30 and thank you for tuning in. You know, I really appreciate it because you could be doing something else and you're not. So thanks. Today I'm going to be talking about a fragrance that I picked up in a fragrance haul not too long ago, so some of you might remember it. It is Burberry's Baby Touch. Now I picked this up for my 3-year-old boy because he is kind of copying me now. He's wanting to kind of put gel in his hair when he sees me doing that and apply fragrances as well. So he's kind of copying me. And the whole point of Burberry's Baby Touch is it is for people with either allergies or sensitive skin because there's no alcohol, it's alcohol free, and presumably a lot of the ingredients are also kind of for sensitive skin. So there's nothing too harsh or chemical in there. So before I get into talking about the fragrance, I think it's worth showing you the packaging because it's definitely worthwhile. The box is really well presented. It's got the Burberry check patterns throughout the box there, but they've just added some colours to it just to kind of make it a little bit more sort of young and youthful with regards to the baby scent. And it's just got Burberry there with Baby Touch, and there's a rocking horse, lamb, sheep logo type thing on there. And underneath it says Gentle Eau de Toilette. And it says that about there again being obviously no alcohol in this bottle. It's got a nice chunky snap lid, which is quite stiff, but again it makes it a really nice presentation when you're sort of presenting this as a gift to a frag head for their little one. It is worth noting that on the box it does suggest that after opening the bottle the shelf life is only about 6 months, so do just bear that in mind if you are thinking about getting this. I'm sure nobody's going to really be that bothered and you're not going to buy a new bottle after 6 months, but it's just something to consider. The bottle is similarly well presented. It's a really nice, solid, chunky glass. The juice inside is a kind of milky, watery colour. It's got Burberry Baby Touch on there, and this sheep, rocking horse, sheep, lamb logo that you found on the front of the box is actually embossed on the glass there. So hopefully you can kind of get that effect from the video. And that's a really nice touch. It's almost like they've made that Baby Touch the logo for Baby Touch, which I think is really quite cool. The base is not flat, it's round, so doesn't stand up very well, but again I don't know if that's more for the young ones, just to kind of make it a little bit more sort of entertaining. The lid is plastic, but it's a very solid, chunky plastic lid. It's not sort of cheap and nasty, I must say. And there's a really nice bow on the top just to add to that kind of presentation, which again I'm really impressed. And the Atomizer is also very good, there's no issues there, sprays really well. So yeah, on the whole, presentation side, well done Burberry. I think they've recognised that this is more than likely going to be a gift for somebody, so they've certainly not skimped on the packaging. So yeah, I think here's a case where Jeremy Fragrance could actually learn a thing or two on packaging. So well done Burberry. So as you can see, the packaging is really nice. The box is really well presented, as is the bottle. The round kind of base on the bottle is a little bit annoying because it kind of doesn't stand up sort of very well. It's a bit weird. I don't know why I've done that, but it does look cool and it's presented really well. It would make a really nice gift to a frag head if they're expecting. And that is what this fragrance is for, I think. It is for little ones. I know there's some adults who have allergies or sensitivities that do wear this as their fragrance. Personally, I don't really think it's great at that, and I'll get on for those reasons in a minute. But for sort of babies and young ones, probably not babies, but toddlers that kind of wanting to copy their parents and stuff like that, I think this makes a really, really cool little kind of novelty. But it should be priced as such. I think this should be around about the £20 mark. I think that's quite a good price point, and you can get it for that if you shop around. I think a few places were out of stock when I was looking, and I think I paid about 25, I can't remember now. I had a quick look at the time of filming this video, and I did find somewhere in the UK selling it for £22 including delivery. So do try and shop around because that is kind of a good price point. Don't pay more than £30 for this. So when reviewing this, you've got to remember that this probably is a bit more of a novelty type fragrance, and that's how I'm reviewing it. I'm not reviewing it as an adult with skin sensitivity, so please bear that in mind if that is you. I'm reviewing it as a parent with a child that could wear this and has enjoyed it. So As I mentioned when I did my unboxing, it opens up, it's just a very obviously clean, safe scent. Obviously don't expect some weird, wonderful, spicy, deep, rich, resinous kind of thing, because obviously that's not going to happen. And the reality is nobody wants their child to smell like that. So don't expect that, okay? It's very clean, soapy, fresh type vibe. So notes wise, when I did the unboxing and first impressions, I said there was like a sort of lemony, citrusy kind of accord, and there is some citruses in there, but there's no lemon notes. So there's mandarin and orange. There is lemon verbena, which I think is a floral. I don't know if that has a lemony type accord. I don't think I've smelled that. But there is a very sort of subtle blend of citrusy lemoniness that I get in the opening. That doesn't last very long, and it kind of goes through a floral stage in the mids. There's orange blossom, jasmine, I'm just trying to remember off of my head what other kind of florals there are in there, lily of the valley in the mids as well. And in the base there's musk, milk and vanilla. So as you probably have assumed, it does dry down to a very kind of soapy, creamy-ness. That sort of milk accord does very much make it like a sort of baby type smell. Now this, as I've mentioned, is not a sexy scent. My boy doesn't go to nursery expecting to drop nappies. It is very clean, it's very fresh. Now, if I'm honest, scent-wise, I like it. It's a perfectly pleasant scent, but it's not, I mean, how can I put this? When my boy has a bath and I use some of his baby shampoo and he gets out and we have cuddles after the bath, he smells lovely, and I actually prefer that kind of sort of more clean, soapy, shampoo-y smell that he has. But obviously that doesn't last. So that's the advantage of this, is it does last, but I'll kind of get on to what you need to do to get that longevity. So it's not a really warm, snuggly kind of scent. It's, you know, there's no sweetness to it as such. The vanilla just adds this sort of the vanilla, milk and musk just adds this sort of creamy pleasantness. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a cuddly smell, but it's a really nice smell. But it's not amazing. It's not an amazing scent, which is again why I think this is more novelty than anything. So don't kind of smell it and, you know, start spraying your children thinking, oh, you know, they are gonna get compliments and you're gonna go out and your friends are gonna go, wow, they smell really nice. That's not really gonna kind of happen. So don't expect that, okay? This is very much a novelty. Performance-wise, as I've mentioned before, it's not got alcohol, so it's a water-based scent, and that is probably, I don't know if they've removed any of the fixatives or kind of preservatives or anything in there as well, because the longevity, well, the shelf life isn't very long. It's only 6 months apparently from opening. But how that lack of alcohol affects its performance is it's very watery, not surprisingly, because it's water-based. So if you spray it onto skin, it will just literally run around your arm or around your neck. So I've sort of learnt not to do that. The best thing I found when using this on my little boy is to spray it on his clothes and his hair. So you could just do a couple of sprays on his sort of top, his shoulders or something, and a couple in the hair, and that works a treat. Now, because it's not got any alcohol in it, it's not obviously a projection beast. So you will smell them when you're cuddling them, and obviously when you're cuddling them, picking them up and stuff like that, you will then smell it, but it's not projection. So he's not going to be walking into nursery and choking people out, which is good, because obviously you don't want that. So it's great in that regard. It obviously wears very close. There's not really any projection, but you will smell it when you sort of cuddle them. But what surprised me is it does actually last quite a long time when you spray it on hair and clothes. I was really surprised, because originally I sort of sprayed it on his skin and it was quite runny, so I sort of had to almost like rub it in a little bit, which I know you shouldn't do with fragrances anyway, and kind of on his neck, and that sort of didn't really last. I couldn't smell it, you know, for very long. But when I started spraying on his clothes, I'd put it on in the morning, I'd put a couple of sprays on his shoulders or chest or something like that, and a couple in his hair. And again, it wasn't choking. That was nice, where, you know, when I cuddled him, when I dropped him off at nursery, I could smell it. But amazingly, when I picked him up from nursery, I could still smell it, which really surprised me. So as I say, if he's standing next to you or you're, you know, playing with him, you probably it's probably not even strong enough to smell it then. It's only when you're sort of cuddling and things like that. But the longevity wise was better than I thought. So for that reason, I was kind of quite pleased. Now, if you're a frag head out there, which you must be, you wouldn't be watching this video otherwise, and you're thinking, should I get this for my children? Then, yeah, I mean, it is a gimmick, so remember that. Just don't expect this masterpiece fragrance, but it is very clever and it's very gimmicky. So if you want your children to get involved, then this is great. It's obviously harmless, it's great for sort of sensitive skin, and it's obviously unisex. It's because the florals, it's probably a little bit more feminine, but it's obviously a unisex fragrance. It doesn't matter, particularly at that age. And yeah, it's a nice fragrance. So bear that in mind. Buy it for your children, more for a gimmick to get them to enjoy it in, and they'll feel part of it, and you will smell it. And it's a nice scent, but it's not amazing. As I said before, I actually prefer it when my boy's just had a bath and he's had his hair washed and I'm sort of cuddling them, and that smell is actually, I prefer to this, if I'm honest. But this is certainly nice and pleasant. So if you want to kind of do that, consider that as a gift, and for either a frag head with children, and it is more gimmicky, but it's a really nice package. But yeah, price wise, I don't pay, it's not worth £30, I don't think. It should be around the £20 mark. But yeah, I'm pleased with it. He's pleased, he gets to join in. I don't know what it's going to be like after the 6 months. Obviously, I'm not going to use all of this in 6 months, but hopefully it would still keep working. And so yeah, if you're a frag head and you're looking for a gift, or you want your children to be involved, I would recommend it, but just bear that in mind. That is what it's for. It's gimmicky. It's a novelty kind of gift slash pseudo toy to children. It's not a masterpiece fragrance that's going to kind of blow you away or get loads of compliments, or, you know, fill a room or anything like that. And obviously you wouldn't want it to be. So those are my thoughts on Burberry's Baby Touch. I hope you found that useful. If you use this, if you've used it, if you've got children, if you've liked it, let me know what you think. If there's any other fragrance, alcohol-free fragrances out there, let me know. I'll be intrigued to maybe try some others for my little boy, or if there might be some adults watching this that have sensitivities and allergies and they're looking for other things to try. So if you have come across anything that's ideal for people with allergies or sensitive skin, please comment below. I do appreciate it. As always, please like, comment and subscribe. It helps me. We're striving for those 1,000 subscriptions and we're doing really well, so thank everybody. I do really appreciate it. I should also mention that I'm getting more and more active on my Instagram account, so by all means go over to Instagram and give me a follow. I'm going to start doing some Insta lives as well, so I'll just do some little videos, some little lives, so you get to ask me some questions, and I might do it when I've got a new fragrance rather than doing a first impressions video. I might just talk about it on an Insta live, so by all means head over there and give me a follow. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I do really appreciate it, and I will see you for the next video. Much love.